welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Melissa, and in today's video I just showed you an overview of what my room looks like now. It is Sunday. We got up, left, went to church. I did not make my bed before I left, so the bed is still unmade, but I have a couple hours to kind of kill a little bit. Let me put you on the stand here, then I'm not holding my arm out. That might be a little better. Let me get you there. But I have a couple hours since JJ is in, and she's only in until Tuesday. She will be leaving us Tuesday, and it will be our last visit with her for at least a year right now that we know, because she will be sent out. So I have really been trying to, when she's here, dedicate all of my time to spending time with her and the family and everything. And so, but they are still at church. They were going to lunch with, she was going to lunch with some friends, and we are to meet up with them a little later, and we're going to go play pickleball. So, but we are home from church, from our church, and I have a couple hours to try to get started in a little bit of Christmas decorating. I think my battery's about to die. Let me change it. Okay, hopefully that's better. Like I was saying, I have a couple hours to, you know, kind of kill, and I want to kind of redeem the time, so to speak. I already came upstairs, and I did take a rag and I kind of wiped the furniture off and got things dusted. But I want to put a little bit of Christmas up here. I have not started my Christmas decorating yet. I'm trying to wait until after JJ leaves. That way I can really focus on decorating. So, and I am off work on Tuesday. So once she leaves, I'm going to hightail it and get started. So, but nobody's here right now. My husband's downstairs working. So I brought a few things upstairs. I don't know if this is all I'm going to use up here, or if I'm going to bring other things until I get all of my stuff upstairs and know what I'm using downstairs, because I haven't decorated my room like this in several years, so I don't really know what I would use. So I've pulled a few things. It may change by the time I do my Christmas house tour, so things might be added, and if I do that, then I'll let you know. And I'll show you. But, and I also know I need to get some red, what do you call it, vinyl, because I want to do a sign on my little thing that's on my dresser. So I have not done that yet. So that won't be in this video, but I just want to go ahead and get some Christmas in the house and get started, because I have so much to do and not a lot of time when it comes to trying to get it done before our baking day with my nieces. So I have plenty of time between now and Christmas, but I don't have a lot of time between that, and I want to get all of it done before then. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to strip the bed, we're going to remake the bed, we're going to put a little bit of Christmas, just a few touches here and there in this room, and yeah, hopefully you will be inspired to maybe do the same, sprinkle a little bit of Christmas in your home. So let's get to it. For a mattress cover. I don't know if you can see me with the light in the background. The light from the window. But I'm still looking for a nice mattress cover. And so I still will need to add that. But we're going with it today. And we're going to get this room with some touches of Christmas so that I can feel like I've at least got started.
All right, so I'm starting off my bed with these green sheets that I purchased off of Amazon, and I'm not going to link them because, I mean, I can link them. I'll link them below, but maybe you would like them. I think they're very, very thin, and they're just not the best. I mean, if you like a super thin sheet, they're soft, but they're not my favorite. But I will link them below if you're interested. I'll go ahead and put that link down there. But like I said, yeah, they're not my favorite. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this blanket. It is super soft. I got this blanket at TJ Maxx on one of my Christmas shopping hauls, which I shared with you guys in an earlier video. But I will put that on there, and then I'm going to just put my white duvet cover back over it. And that's going to be the simple, basic bedding that I'm going to do, and just add a few pillows. I do end up using the brown pillowcases instead of the green, but I do eventually change those back out. Not in this video. But the green pillowcases are actually for king pillows, and we use standard pillows instead of king pillows, even on our king size bed. I use the king size pillows for like the decorative pillow, but that's it. But that's why you see the brown, and I will use the green later on, just not in this video.
Getting the bed, you know, all Christmassy-fied, if that's not even a word. Christmas-fied, something, I don't know. But it has a little bit of holiday cheer on the bed, you can kind of tell. But if you remember, if you watch my makeover video for my bedroom when I painted and I did the bedding and everything, I basically redid it all and painted and all of that so that I could do this, because with the green I really couldn't. It's just over the green too. I just wanted it all to match. Like I said, I want my whole house to be cohesive. I said that in that video. If you see me sweating, it's hot up here. But I'm trying not to turn the fan on, because the last time I did a video up here, the bedroom video, couple shots, I had the fan on because I was hot, but it sounds like I'm standing outside. So I'm bearing the heat for you guys. And I'm hot. When I start working, I start sweating and I'm hot. But in that video, I said that I would like to get different lanterns for the sides of my bed, because those lanterns, the ones actually broke on the back half, but they were lanterns from my niece's wedding. And you put batteries in them, which is fine, and they work, but there's no timer on them. So if you put batteries in them and you turn them on, you fall asleep, they burn all night, you're burning through batteries. So I had made mention that I had a set that I was looking at that's on a remote, so I can kind of turn them on, turn them off at night. Well, I did pick those up, so I'm going to switch out my lanterns, and I want to show you what they look like. I've already put batteries in them, but this is what they look like. I picked them up off of Amazon. That's plastic, it's not glass, so it's not going to break. I think the whole thing actually is plastic. I don't think. They weren't that expensive. I think they were like a little over $20, something like that. They weren't very expensive, but it was a set of two, and but they have a remote. So they have the little hook ring, and they kind of have that patina on them. That's kind of the old world look. So I kind of like that, but let me show them to you on. Like I said, I've already put batteries in them, so that's on, and they flicker. Or you can change the mode, so they'll flicker like that and give like the ambience of a candle, or you can just turn them on where they stay lit all the time. So depending upon your preference of what you like, you can change them. It has the little remote right here with the on and the off, and then it has a 4-hour and a 6-hour mode. So, and if you click it, you see it flash. That was for 4 hours, and that's for 6 hours. And then you can change the mode back to the flickering or just the solid and turn them off. So I like having a little remote, and I think it will save me on batteries, because I don't always burn them up here. But, you know, if I decorate my room and, you know, everything's clean in the evening, sometimes I'll come up here and light them up, you know, so that's what I picked up. So I'm going to go ahead and change these out, but I'm also going to change out the greenery, and I'm going to try to put a little Christmas behind there. I have not practiced with this yet, so this is going to be trial and error.
All right, these picks right here are picks that I believe I showed in an earlier video. I purchased these picks from Amazon, and I forget, they came in a pack of, I can't remember exactly how many. I'll have to look it up. I'll put it on the screen here. But they are super realistic feeling, and I ended up using these in my bedroom and some in my living room, and just was able to kind of spread them around. And they were, I'll definitely link them because I was happy with this purchase. Now, these little bows here were bows that I had used on my gingerbread tree in my kitchen a few years back. And so I still had them on hand. And I just took one of those little hooks that you use for hanging ornaments on a tree and just kind of bent it and used it to loop around and make like a little tie. And I was able to fix them to the lanterns. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just fixing that little hook for my bow.
There's a little bit of Christmas. Still working with trying to manipulate the greenery, but just draping it down a little bit behind there so that it has some evergreen behind it with the little red bows. Bows are really in this year. And so I had these bows that I used several years ago on my gingerbread tree, and I kept them. And so I just thought I would bring them up here to put some pop of red and put the green behind there. So it's obviously a red and green theme, as you can tell. So I'm going to put a little bit of something in this little picture here. I didn't have this up here when I finished my room makeover, but I brought it up here afterwards. And so I'm going to use that for Christmas. And also this little crock over here, which it's turn around. It has this blue on it, but it got spin it around that way, and then you can't see the blue. So we're going to do a little something in those.
All right, so at this point, I thought I was going to use this little blanket to put a little bit of pop of red and green over on my bench, but it ends up being too long, so I do end up moving it, and you'll see a little bit later on in the video, but for now, this is where I'm placing it. Just added a little bit of, I kept this same greenery that was in this basket, and then I just added these picks. They're very, very old. Some of the berries have even popped, but this was something I found at, I think, at the Dollar Tree years ago, and it does have like the plasticky feel, but it's what I have, so it's what I'm using. You can use that stuff. Don't feel like you have to have the top dollar of what, is the hot item. You can still use Dollar Tree items, things that are within your budget at the time, and, build upon that slowly over the years. And that's what I have done with my decorations, but I've not gotten rid of all of my decorations that I once started out with that I could afford at that time. So, and just remember, don't feel like you have to have the hot item of that year.
So I've still used those, put some berries in there, and then I am using my Mr. and Mrs. Claus. I spun this around because I want to put a sign or write Merry Christmas or something like that on there, but I want to do it with a decal that is written in red and it will pop. And so I'm just going to make that the focal point, and so that is the top of the dresser. Just something simple, but it adds a little Christmas over there. The desk over here, this is my workstation now. This has to be where my office is for a little while, and so I can't really have a lot of stuff on my space because of writing and doing all that. So I have this. Let me grab it here. All right. I have this Merry Christmas picture that has stripes, which my bedding has the stripe, the red stripe. So I pulled this from downstairs. I normally put this in my dining room at my coffee bar. So if I'm using this up here, I'm going to have to get creative this year and figure out how to change it up, because I've always used this at my coffee bar since I've had it. So this will be the first year I'm moving it somewhere else. So let's hope I don't end up coming up here and robbing it. But I think I can figure it out. I've got enough stuff I can kind of move things around, and that is it. Let me give you that tip. Every year you do not have to go out and buy new items. Do I pick things up every year? No, not every year. Well, that's a lie. I do. But I don't go pick up the top hot item every year. There are a few things that I've seen this year that I have went and picked up and I'm using in my decorations. But some years I look at what people are using, and then I might go to, there have been years where I went to Dollar Tree or whatever, and then tried to figure out a way to create that look on my budget at the time. And so that is just key. Just use, what you can use what you have. A easy way to make things look brand new is to take them, if you've used them every year in your one space in your home, move it to a different space in your home, and it will look entirely brand new. It'll have a totally different feel to it. So that's what I'm going to do to this. I'm going to put this here, and so my coffee bar will have a different feel this year. On the wall, so I'm not wrecking my walls, I'm going to use these Command Velcro adhesive sticks. And then I have this frame, if I can get the sticky off without leaving any residue. And I did. Which I put that picture in that I had downstairs of the packages. And I'm going to use that one up here. And I think I'm going to put it over here instead of my husband and my picture. I'm going to change out my candle. Right now I'm having a little bit of trouble finding because I haven't pulled out all of my bins. So I know I have a like a wreath that's a little mini wreath that I could use up here, but I'm going to keep this little ring wreath, and I found these little berries. So I'm going to add these little berries to this. I want to try is I'd like to have a little tree up here, but I don't have a lot of space. I have not opened this tree yet, so I don't even know if it will work up here. But this is the My Texas House 4-foot pre-lit cypress Christmas tree. And it has the basket. So we're going to open it together. I've not looked at it. I've seen it in stores. I've seen it on YouTube, seen it all around. It looks pretty with everybody else. We shall see. I just want to see what it will look like, or even if I can fit it up here. If not, it'll have to go somewhere else. But this is the one that I pulled to see about possibly putting in our room. And as you can tell, I've not done a whole lot, just little touches. So let's see what we got. All right. So the basket is a really nice basket. It is, I like the dark wood look on it.
Okay, when decorating my room, I realized, and you'll see here in just a bit, I realized that the tree is crooked, and I can't figure out why the tree is crooked. Now, after watching this video back, now I know why the tree is crooked, because the basket is completely crooked. But, you know, it is what it is. I've already got it now. It's already set up, boxes. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it, but just check your baskets. I don't know if all of them are made like this. If you were to go purchase this, I purchased this from Walmart. And I don't know if all of them are like this or not, but yeah, if I'd have noticed this from the get-go, I probably would have taken this back because it's completely crooked.
Wicker, and it has like, almost like the, looks like someone's coming in the door, so the dog's barking. It looks like the Easter grass, but the pedestal is in the center so we can stick the tree.
See what I mean? There is the basket. It's completely got a curve in it. So that's where my lean to my tree is coming from.
Tree in there. Toby! So, all right, comes in two pieces. Bear with me. Someone's coming in, so the dog is barking. He does it all the time. All right, let's see what is top and what is bottom. A, and this is B. So I'm assuming this one's bottom because this one has the plug for the wall. Toby! He knows everybody that lives here, but he parks at everybody. Everybody. So, and that just sticks right down in there. Let me adjust you guys so you can see a little better. So it just sticks right down over that the wicker basket there is kind of, all right, and then it doesn't fall open. You have to adjust it and pull it open, but it is pre-lit, so we will see. This is not one of those full fluffy trees. This is one of those sparse looking trees. And it has the little clip. Oh, let me get up here. The little clip that hooks into this attachment here on this end. And once they go together, then it will light up. Hopefully. That's always the plan. Make sure I'm getting it lined up correctly. And you just screw it in. And fluffing your trees is, you never get a tree out of a box and just put it up. The ones in the stores that look beautiful, someone has taken time to fluff them. And they have actually worked to manipulate each branch and make it look full and beautiful. So that's what we're doing here. We're gonna fluff this tree. All right, now let me get the box out of the way. And then I think there's a plug behind my dresser. I do believe. I'm not sure what this is for. Assuming that's for putting it away. Yes. I don't know. But we're gonna move this and let me get this set up. So that's what it looks like right now. I'm debating on leaving it here or maybe standing it on top of the safe and plugging it in, and it would be by the window. So let me try that and see what I like better. Alright friends, so that's going to be the end of today's video. I'm just going to show you a little bit of just where I placed a little bit of Christmas. This was all I placed in this section, just a little bit, but that way you'll see it from outside. I need to fix the basket. It is definitely leaning, and I'm not sure why. So I need to work on that, but I just placed that over there. I may end up moving it. I don't know. It depends upon how much it gets in my way with my drawers for my vanity. And I will still, I need to get some red material and maybe place something on here. And, you know, that way that will be finished. But just the lights, I love how the little lights turned out with the greenery and the bow. I absolutely love that. And the bedding. So soft. So soft. Just a few touches. Anyway, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and know that you don't need to, you know, have the top dollar thing. You can use things that are, you know, from Dollar Tree, just like I showed you right here. Still have those, still use those, and or just move something that you've used in your home for years in one spot, move it to a different area, and it will make it feel completely new. So just a few touches of Christmas in our room. Our room is complete. You know, if I decide to bring something else up here, I'll show you and let you know. But other than that, it is done. I will end this video with a few shots of what it looks like in the evening with just the candles lit and give you that overview. But other than that, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe, comment down below, and Lord willing, friends, there'll be another one. Merry Christmas.